Buenos dias. I'm so sorry, but it is budget time, so it's we have a lot going on. Es el tiempo de los presupuestos, so es un día bastante apresurado hoy. But thank you for being with us. Bienvenidos. Gracias por estar con nosotros. So we are ready to begin. I'm right here. I'm multitasking. Estoy entre muchas cosas, pero aquí estamos. Happy spring, everybody. Feliz primavera.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and honor everyone's time and kind of get ready and just hit the ground running. So every year around this time, we always have a fifth grade parent meeting because the next several months are going to pass by in a blink of an eye. And there's lots of work that all of us need to work together so that we can make the best graduation for our children. As you guys know, I'm not just the magnet coordinator, but I'm also wearing a mom hat as well. So I just like you guys want to do everything possible to make our last couple of months for our students, our kiddos, the best. Como ustedes saben, tengo a mi hijo que se va a culminar también y es nuestro deseo hacer lo más posible para que tengan unas experiencias excelentes. Mucho trabajo tenemos que trabajar juntos por los próximos meses para exigir todo lo que queremos hacer para nuestros hijos. So in our agenda today, we're going to talk about the culmination dates. Vamos a hablar sobre las fechas de la culminación, the Articulation Agreement, los de acuerdos de articulación. We're going to talk about our yearbook that we have planned, el libro de año para los estudiantes. We're also going to talk about our fifth grade picture. Vamos a hablar sobre las fotos del quinto grado y luego las actividades que queremos hacer este año para los estudiantes. We are also going to talk about the activities as they relate to our fifth grade culmination. So just to let you know, if you guys want to take a snapshot of this, these are our official culmination dates. Mr. Montañez will be having his culmination Wednesday, June 8th at 9. Miss Ponce will be Wednesday, June 8th at 11. Mr. Wessel's class will be culminating the very next day at 9 a.m. And Ms. Soriano will be culminating on Thursday, June 9th at 11. So Tuesday and Thursday, either 9 a.m. or 11 a.m. And estas son las fechas que los estudiantes que ya se han decidido para las culminaciones. El señor Montañez y la señora Ponce van a culminar el día 8, Mr. Montañez a las 9 y la señora Ponce a las 11. Y luego sigue el próximo día, Mr. Hueso y la señora Soriano el día 9 a las 9 y otra vez a las 11 para la señora Soriano. So these are our culmination dates. Yes, please.
Mrs. Taylor, it will be on
yes.
Thursday with Mr. Wessel.
Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and write that in there. Thank you for catching that, Miss Linares. I appreciate that. So Miss Taylor and Mr. Wessel are going to have their culmination dates together. So thank you very much for asking for that clarification, Miss Linares. So I see that we have students from Miss Taylor's class. So welcome. And your culmination date will be on Thursday, June 9th at 9 a.m. As Mrs. Montañez, Mrs. Linares would like to maybe perhaps say, we don't have all of the guidelines for culmination. So I'll let her speak to that for a second.
Yes, so as we continue to plan a very wonderful culmination to fifth grade, we still have the same guidelines as we had last year. So right now we are planning with last year's guidelines where we have to have an event outside with limited capacity. We have to plan with that because that's the guidelines that we have. If the guidelines change, then we will have to adjust our plans. But for right now, I have been guided to plan accordingly to the guidelines that are in place. So ahorita tenemos las guías que son iguales a las del año pasado. Así que mi instrucción es que estemos planeando usando las guías del año pasado, que es tener un evento afuera con capacidad limitada, para pues seguir las normas. Si algo cambia, pues claro que vamos a hacer esos cambios necesarios cuando nos den esa información, pero ahorita seguimos con las mismas guías que teníamos antes. So we will continue with those guidelines. Again, we want to make it very special for our tigers, but we have to follow the health and safety codes until they finish.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then with any memo that is released that is received by Mrs. Linares, she will then disseminate the information, and we will have another meeting to discuss the logistics of culmination closer to the culmination date. So cuando ya la señora Linares recibe información sobre la culminación, vamos a tener otra junta para platicar sobre los detalles de la culminación, decorar y todo eso. Entonces, no nada más va a ser nuestra última junta. Vamos a tener otra junta cuando ya se acerca la fecha de la culminación. So just to let you guys know, and Ms. Linares, I'll bring you in on this one as well. We have a very important articulation agreement between fifth grade parents, staff, and students. And Ms. Linares, would you like to explain this?
Absolutely. So again, we want this last year at Plasencia to be the best. But as you know, springtime, our fifth graders are getting senioritis and they're feeling like big kids in town. But we still have to remember to follow the school rules and expectations and really being kind to each other and being safe. So, of course, as the staff, the teachers, everyone, we will support your tigers, remind them of the expectations, reminding of the school rules and behavior expectations, because we want them to be part of all of these wonderful things that we are planning for them, but we have to have an agreement that we are going to be on our best. So as the staff, we will review those expectations. Then the students need to be responsible for their actions. As I've explained at Coffee with the Principal, unfortunately, a lot of our fifth graders, a lot of our students, they're bringing cell phones, they're texting in the middle of class. And parents, you guys are responding to those texts in the middle of class. And as I reminded everybody, it is the district agreement that cell phones need to be powered off and in the backpacks during the school day. Also, our students, sometimes they get a little bit overly competitive on the yard, and we have little altercations. And so students need to be responsible for their actions, responding in an appropriate manner. And then parents, we need you to support with that, to remind our tigers to follow the 4Bs, to be the best tiger that they can be. And again, in order for all of us to really partake and enjoy these activities, we need to have this agreement, all of us together. Ahora en español, queremos que todos los tigres tengan una buena memoria de su último año aquí en Plasencia. Pero para eso también tenemos que recordar el acuerdo que tenemos entre todos del comportamiento y la manera de que se debe de comportar todo el tiempo. Como personal, maestros, vamos a seguir recordándoles a los estudiantes en las expectativas de comportamiento, de las 4 Bs, de ser respetuosos, cautelosos y bondadosos. Y los estudiantes tienen que ser responsables por sus acciones. Hemos tenido bastantes problemas con estudiantes trayendo sus teléfonos, usándolos durante el día y padres respondiendo durante el día. Como les recordé la última junta, la regla es que los teléfonos tienen que estar apagados y en las mochilas. Luego también otra cosa, los estudiantes se ponen un poquito sobre competitivos y cuando algo no sale bien en la yarda, hay a veces que hay emociones que causan altercaciones entre estudiantes. Los estudiantes tienen que ser responsables de calmarse, de no responder, sino de que buscar una manera de resolver conflictos. Y luego pues con los padres necesitamos que los padres estén de acuerdo, recordar los comportamientos, porque queremos que todos los estudiantes otra vez disfruten de todo lo que estamos planeando. So this is an agreement. We need everyone working together so that the students can enjoy. Queremos que todos disfruten. But if there's any serious violation to this agreement, your child may be asked not to participate in certain activities. And I don't want that for any tiger. Si hay algo muy fuerte de violación de las reglas del comportamiento, su niño puede ser que no sea invitado a participar alguna de estas actividades.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for that, Miss Linares. So we want to let you guys know that on the overabundance of support that we have received from the parents, our POP group, all of your fundraising efforts, we are going to provide a yearbook free of charge for all of our fifth graders. This is a special thing. It costs really actually thousands of dollars, but based on everyone's collective effort, we have the financial support approved by the POP to supply books for everyone. What this means is that there is going to be a lot of work for all of us. We are going to need for every student to submit a baby picture, any pictures that you guys have from kindergarten through fourth grade. If there's fifth grade pictures that you have of this year, any pictures that you guys have of field trips, any class pictures that you have, or any other cute little things that come along our way this year as it's rolling out from our events. We need you to submit them. They're in Schoology. All of the parents, all of the photos need to be centralized in one location because it becomes too difficult for the teachers to receive them, some by text, some by email, some by Schoology in their Schoology sites, and then somehow filtering it to the brain of this operation, which is Miss Nancy de Santiago. She will be spearheading the yearbook. It really takes, I would say, no less than 100 hours to put this thing together. And so in order to make it easier for her and all of us, the one place where you guys are going to put all of your pictures that you will upload is in Schoology. There is a parent folder, and in that parent folder, it will have an assignment called Yearbook Pictures. You may attach multiple pictures, not just one, into Schoology. And if you find another one at a later time, you will just resubmit the assignment so we're not looking at multiple ones. So again, you guys will need baby picture, submit any pictures from kindergarten through fourth grade, any cute panoramic pictures, field trips, class pictures, all of that will be needed to be submitted into our Schoology assignment in the parent section. So nada más para dejarles saber, con el gran trabajo de muchos de ustedes con recaudando fondos con los chocolates, muchas gracias por todo su apoyo. Hemos podido lograr tener anuarios para todos los estudiantes en el quinto grado. Este libro es algo muy especial que no se les hace todos los años a todos los estudiantes, pero en este año sí vamos a poder a tener libros anuarios para todos los estudiantes en el quinto grado. Este va a ser un gran trabajo de la señora Nancy de Santiago, que ha sido un voluntario para este trabajo. Es un gran trabajo que no es menos de 100 horas en organizar este libro, pero necesitamos el apoyo de todos ustedes a subir los retratos en Schoology en un folder que se dice Parents. Va a ser un trabajo en donde los estudiantes a través de ustedes pueden subir los retratos. Necesitamos retratos de los niños en cuando eran bebés, cualquier retrato de kinder hasta el cuarto grado, retratos panorámicos que vamos a tomar, paseos que los niños han vivido o retratos de sus clases de los años pasados. Y también otros retratos que vienen cuando tenemos todas estas actividades de hoy hasta el último día. So, para poderle ayudar a la señora Nancy de Santiago organizar todo eso, nada más vamos a tener un lugar en donde los padres lo van a subir. Es en Schoology, en Parent Folder, y va a ser una tarea que dice Yearbook Pictures. That's where ahí es donde van a estar todos los libros. Y nada más quiero agradecerle antemano a la señora Nancy porque yo he trabajado mucho con estos libros y estos anuarios y es muy frustrante, mucho trabajo, pero nada más con la intención de darle un regalito a todos los estudiantes, algo especial para ellos. So again, I just want to really give credit where credit is due. This is a huge labor of love for Nancy. It takes a lot of time and it can be really frustrating to put all this together, but she just really wants everyone to walk away with a really beautiful memory of Plasencia, even given the pandemic years that we've had. So I just want to say thank you. If you guys see her, please thank her for her hard work because she will be spending a lot of time on this for the rest of the year, in addition to her full-time job, in addition to her 5 children, in addition to everything that she has. So Nancy, if you're out there, thank you. Coming up in April, I believe it's April, Miss Linares, if you want to look at the double check the date, we will have a panoramic picture. Now, this is typically what the panoramic picture looks like, but based on digital enhancements, now what the students are going to be doing is that they are going to be working on this, but instead of it being in person where they're lined up like this, the photographer that is going to come to take the 5th grade pictures will electronically line all of the students up for us so that everybody's face is clear, nobody's making a funny face, all of those things that typically happen in panoramic pictures. I believe the date is in April, but let me go ahead and look that up as well.
I'm going through our calendar. So
okay, good. I know
one
that
of us will find it.
one of us will find it. I think there's even a search button. So let me put 5th grade pictures. And I know I did put it on Schoology as well. So it is going to be April the 20th, 2020. Wait, no, excuse me, it's 5th grade. Ooh, I see. I believe it's the 20th, but we'll double check that. And on that day, the students will be taking an individual picture with a gown. I want to make sure that it's really clear that there's no hat, even though the flyer has a hat. They do not do a hat for safety reasons, for hygienic reasons, but they will have a gown for the students to come in and out of. We encourage all of the kids to come really dressed. Boys typically at that time wear a button up and a tie. Girls come in there, however they want to come, but it's usually a little more formal attire. So I want to make sure that you guys are all aware of that, that's a day that all the kids, whatever they want to dress, they usually come with something a little bit more formal for that picture. This will be the picture that is in their diploma. So we want to make sure that it represents exactly what we all want as parents as well. So let me go ahead and go en español. Este retrato es típicamente lo que vemos en los retratos panorámicos, pero ya con los avanzados, los avanzamientos que han tenido electrónicamente, las personas de los retratos, ellos se van a encargar de poner todas las personas en orden, así es que los niños no tienen que venir y subirse a como esos escalones para hacer esto. Se ve muy limpiecito el retrato, se les puede ver la cara a todos. Entonces es importante saber que el día que los niños vengan a tomar sus retratos de 5º grado, ese va a ser el retrato que vamos a usar para el panorámico. También les quería dejar saber que cuando toman gustan los retratos del quinto grado, los estudiantes normalmente vienen un poquito más formales, si es el gusto de ustedes. Típicamente vienen con corbata, con blusa de camisa de botones, si es el gusto de ustedes. So, nada más para dejarles saber que ese retrato es el que va a ir en su diploma. Y les quiero dejar saber porque algunos padres se olvidan y luego se arrepientan ya al ver el diploma de los estudiantes porque no se acordaron y los mandaron sin alistarlos. Yo voy a poner muchos anuncios para tratar de mi parte acordarles y también les dejamos saber a los maestros también qué fecha es para que ellos también les ayudan a acordar de esta fecha. Okay, anything else, Miss Linares?
Yes, I put it on the chat. It's April 21st.
April
Abril
21st.
21. Está en el chat la fecha de las fotos.
Okay, and as soon as we finish with this, we'll go ahead and begin answering any questions you have, but just to go ahead and move on. These are just different activities that we have done in 5th grade. We've had like an autograph breakfast. We always get like little autograph books and the kids will write messages. We always have a really awesome t-shirt specifically dedicated for our 5th grade students. One of the things that we have a parent who's a DJ and they offered to do a DJ for a school dance at lunchtime. And we thought that would be so much fun for the kids. So we will honor that and have a school dance at lunchtime for the kids. And we'll think of creative ways that we can make this happen, like in a neon way, maybe. And then we have a 5th grade picnic where the students just in 5th grade are invited to the park. And the 5th grade teachers usually have some sort of like activities, PE activities that they participate in. In addition to that, there's the big epic that we're returning after the pandemic, big epic teachers versus 5th graders softball game. So we are happy to do that. And then this last place over here is because we would really like to generate any ideas that are within all of our all of the kind of the legal guidelines that we have to follow. If you guys have any ideas that we can facilitate for the students as well. So we'll be brainstorming that, but just to let you know that these are some of the events that we have and hopefully more will be forthcoming. Estas son las actividades que tenemos planeado hasta la fecha. Vamos a comprarle a los estudiantes libros en donde ellos pueden firmar mensajes y poner mensajes para sus amigos en el 5º grado. Tenemos planeado una camisa que es específicamente para los estudiantes en el 5º grado. Tenemos un DJ como padre, entonces ellos nos ofrecieron su equipaje para tener un baile durante lunchtime. Y luego vamos al parque a tener como un picnic. How do you say picnic en español?
Picnic.
Un picnic
There's no
en el
No
parque.
hay traducción para picnic.
Para picnic. Y luego los maestros se encargan de hacer unas actividades para los estudiantes y luego algo que estado en Plasencia por los últimos 24 años que yo he estado aquí es un juego dentro de los maestros y los estudiantes en el 5º grado. Y luego en este espacio lo tenemos vacío porque queremos recibir algunas sugerencias de ustedes para ver si también lo podemos anotar en nuestras actividades. Esto es el dibujo inspirado de los dibujos de los estudiantes. So, le preguntamos a todos los estudiantes que si podían entregar un arte que represente nuestro tiempo juntos, un diseño, y como los niños están tan inspirados de animación de Japanese anime, eso es el diseño que ellos hicieron. Lo avanzamos tantito para que se vea limpiecito en la camisa. Entonces los niños van a recibir por gratis, gracias por el POP y gracias por todos ustedes por sus recaudaciones de fondos. Y es por eso que podemos ofrecerles esto por gratis. Los niños ya entregaron las tallas de las camisas y ya lo ordenamos. Yo creo que dentro de unas cuantas semanas vamos a recibirlos. En este lugar va a ir todos los nombres de todos los estudiantes y luego esto es otra vez por su esfuerzo, porque es un esfuerzo de todos, no nada más. It's not just Pop, it's not just the parents, it's not just me, it's not Mrs. Linares. We work together as a team because without your fundraising efforts, we could not do this. So we owe it to all of you guys for your awesome fundraising. These are line signs. Estos van a ser letreros que van a ir en frente de sus casas. And you guys are going to get all of this free of charge. Ustedes van a recibir esto por gratis. In English, these are shirts that typically the fifth graders come up with the design that they would like, and inspired by their love of Japanese anime, they have created this design, which we really love. It's a half Japanese anime character, half tiger, and we're going to make some edits to include the school name here. So all of the students, based on your hard work and all of your effort, based on Pop's effort, based on Nancy de Santiago's effort, we are able to have this shirt for free for all of you guys. So the students have already submitted their sizes, and we should be receiving these shirts within a couple of weeks. In addition to that, thanks to you, thanks to Miss Linares, thanks to all of your fundraising efforts, thanks to the hard work of the Pop and Miss Nancy de Santiago, these are lawn signs that you additionally will get for free as well. Any question, Miss Linares, anything that you'd like to interject for that?
No, I think you've covered everything. Thank you. Otra vez, gracias a todos los esfuerzos del POP, de las señoras de Santiago, de todos para que puedan recibir, pues van a recibir ese rótulo que lo pueden poner para decir, oh, mi niño se va a culminar de 5º grado. Lo pueden poner donde quiera en la casa. Y luego las camisetas que se miran muy bonitos. Qué bonito celebrar. It is so wonderful to celebrate. Thank you, Ms. Montañez.
All right. Well, now what we're going to do is just our next steps is that we are going to have another meeting closer towards graduation, maybe at the beginning of May, so that we can discuss how awesome we would like it to be this year, that it's in the North Yard. We've held an awesome graduation last year. It was amazingly beautiful, and it was based on all of the collective efforts of parents. So if we can get together and rally and support one another, we know that we can make it happen again. So nuestros próximos pasos es que a los principios de mayo vamos a juntarnos de nuevo para platicar sobre las decoraciones para la culminación. But if right now, Ms. Linares, if you want to field any questions or ideas while I'm going to be multitasking, just like Mrs. Linares is dealing with budget and this
I know, I got budgets right here.
I have an assembly that I have to leave at 9 o'clock. So Mrs. Linares is going to do this. And thank you, Ms. Briseño. We're so excited. I know that these are things that don't usually typically happen, but we feel so excited for the kids. We can't believe our babies are coming to the end of elementary school. Parents embrace it because it happens in the blink of an eye. And so I just like Ms. Linares, just like everyone, we want the best for our kiddos as they wrap up their elementary years.
Thank you, thank you. Ms. Montañez is going to be in another meeting, but I'm open to questions and or suggestions. And what I'll do is I'll write them down, and we can always look them up and see if it can be done, or if I can answer any questions right now. I will definitely look at that. Ms. Montañez, could you go back to the dates? For the culmination. I did promise that I was going to reshare that.
Absolutely.
Aquí están las fechas otra vez de la culminación para que tengan. If you forgot to give your size, don't worry. The teachers really took care of the sizes for t-shirts. So it should be taken care of, but if you're still worried, talk to your child's teacher, because they really make sure that they went through every student and got their t-shirt size. No se preocupe si piensa que tal vez su niño no entregó el tamaño de la camiseta, porque los maestros fueron por toda la lista asegurándose de que tuviera toda para asegurarse de que tenga los tamaños.
Yes, and this was
Ah,
something that we drove poor Nancy crazy because it took us about a month to get all of the sizes from the shirts. We asked parents, we sent messages to parents. So we have ordered them based on parent input, teacher input, and then the student input as well.
right, okay, so thank you for that. No se preocupe por eso. Acerca de la culminación, está preguntando el 10 es el último día de instrucción y pues porque cambió el calendario, tuvimos el People Free Day en enero, tenemos que hacer algunos cambios, así que les vamos a avisar ya cuando estemos más cerca. We will let you know about the regular schedule for the 10th, June 10th, later date, because we do have to revise our calendar since district-wide we had a People Free Day in January and that changed the whole calendar. Eso cambió todo el calendario. Pero les vamos a avisar cuando estemos más cerca. We will let you know of the calendar for June 10th very soon once we revise the calendars. Any other questions? ¿Alguna otra pregunta? Everybody's so quiet. I guess we covered everything.
That just means we did a good job, Miss Lena.
All right. Okay.
And I don't know, did we say thank you to Nancy yet? I forgot. I don't remember.
And we can never thank enough. No podemos terminar de dar las gracias a la señora Nancy de Santiago por todo su apoyo y pues a todos los padres que también han apoyado. ¿Cuántas fotos podemos enviar? How many pictures? Just upload and then the committee will choose.
And yes, I want to make sure that que todos los padres saben que es uno por categoría, porque muchos, ay, pues tengo un montón de cuando eran mis hijos chiquititos. Nosotros, es mejor que usted escoge su uno para el anuario en vez de nosotros, ay, mira, se ve bonito en este. So nada más es uno por categoría. Okay, so there's one, that's a great question because this was a big problem last year that parents submitted like 20 baby pictures. And then at the very end of it, we're trying to figure out, well, which one's the best? And that's us trying to decide instead of you. So we give you guys the power of choosing that one instead of us just randomly choosing one of the 20. So just one. Yes, and we're recording this for all of the teachers and all of the families who are not with us. So, and remember, these are not being filtered to the teacher. It's being filtered through the Schoology homepage. So I'm going to show you guys right now. This is our Schoology class page. It's different from the students page, the teachers page. If you go into the parents section, you're going to see right here, this is, I'm actually making it in real time for all of you. This is going to say yearbook pictures, and you can submit this multiple times, all of the categories, all in one specific location. So I'm going to create this, and you're going to see this in the parent folder. You're going to see the first one. It says yearbook pictures. If you click on this, you'll see a submit button on the top right-hand side, and that's where you'll be uploading it. And I want to let you guys know that if you have ideas that you're too shy to say right now, find me at Edgewaregate in the morning, in the afternoon. I put my email in the chat so that you can additionally send me any suggestions as well. All right, Miss Linares, we'll give them a couple seconds, and then if not, we'll go ahead and close out this meeting.
Good. Pues vamos a cerrar la junta si no hay más comentarios o preguntas. Muchas gracias. Y Miss Letty está aquí. ¿Puede decir hola, Miss Letty? Porque también ella es la representante de los padres. Miss Letty is here. She is the parent rep. So you can also talk to her at the Edgewaregate if you have any ideas. Puede hablar con ella si tiene algunas ideas en la puerta de Edgeware en las mañanas.
Hi, everybody. Wherever you did, I'm staying in the morning 7:30 at the Edgewaregate on the 7 to 1 on the room 50 in the parent center. Please come to fill it out your application for the volunteers is I need a lot of help. Yeah. Necesitamos mucha ayuda de ustedes para la escuela. Necesitamos que vengan a llenar sus aplicaciones de voluntarios y cualquier duda que tengan, pues estoy todos los días de 7 a 1 de la tarde y de 7:30 estoy en Edgewater Day recibiendo a los niños y dándole los buenos días a ustedes. Son bienvenidos. Gracias.
And one thing I did want to say, Letty made me help me remember it, is that we have these field trips like the picnic that's coming up, and we have a beach cleanup day that's coming up. If you guys want to be in the area of the students to support your teacher as a chaperone, we really want you guys to sign up. You cannot just show up at the events anymore. You must be registered as a parent volunteer in order for you to even just show up. So we really want all of our parents to show up so that you guys can be present at this event as well. Si quiere traducir eso, señora Leticia.
Sí, lo que dicen mis montañeses es que necesitamos mucha ayuda para ahora que va a haber el día que tenemos del día de campo en español, picnic. También el día que van a ir a la playa, necesitamos tener muchos voluntarios. So, por favor, les pedimos de que vengan y se involucren para convivir y recuerden que ser chaperón no es estar solo con su niño, sino encargarse de todos los estudiantes.
Y tiene que estar registrado.
Registrado,
muy importante.
Sí,
Tiene
muy
que
importante.
estar registrado si quiere ir al picnic o a otros lugares.
Actividades.
Hable con Miss Leti, por favor, porque tiene que llenar las aplicaciones, tener
Sí.
sus vacunas, tener su prueba de
Su
tuberculosis.
prueba de tuberculosis.
So,
Todo
es
tiene que estar bien registrado. Tiene
Yes,
que
tiene que
autorizarnos.
ser,
No nada más somos nosotros, sino el distrito es lo que nos pide.
And then I did have a great question. The day of the culmination, is it a regular day? Si el día de la culminación va a ser un día regular. Los niños tienen clase todo el día. Si tienen su culminación a las 9, ellos se tienen que quedar hasta las 2:30. Pero la señora Linares, how do you want to respond to that, Ms. Linares, before I speak out of
Siempre
turn?
tenemos papeleo que puede hacer si es que se va a llevar a su niño después de la culminación. Necesitamos tener el papeleo unos días antes va a llenar los papeles diciendo que se va a llevar a su niño después de la culminación. So we will have to complete paperwork if your child will be leaving after culmination. We know a lot of families like to go celebrate, so we have to have the paperwork in file before. You can't just take your child that day. With that, let me just put it out there. We cannot excuse a sibling to go to the culmination. No se puede dar permiso al hermano o hermana que salga de su clase para ir a la culminación. And if we have to follow the same guidelines, remember we're going to have limited capacity. Si vamos a seguir las mismas guías, recuerde que vamos a tener capacidad limitada. And I understand, but if the child's going to be absent to go to a culmination, then they are absent. But we cannot be excusing for an hour or two just for the sibling to attend culmination. I'm so sorry, but that is not allowed. No se permite que salgan solo por una hora para ir a la culminación. Disculpe, pero eso no es algo que se puede dar excusa.
Sí. También les quiero hacer un recordatorio a todos los papás que por favor sean pacientes. Si usted necesita llevarse a su hijo antes, por favor con tiempo hágalo saber a la oficina para que no estén esperando mucho tiempo y también tengan tiempo en ir a recoger y llamar a los estudiantes. Si recuerden que también el cupo, como dijo mi Linares, es ilimitado, es limitado. So, si quiere traer papá y mamá, recuerden que los estudiantes no pueden sacarlo de la clase. So, entonces, si quieren festejar con ellos, planeen bien ese día para que recuerden que lo más importante es estar ese día bien con sus estudiantes y que no tengan ningún problema tanto ustedes como hacernos también seguir el protocolo a nosotros y entendernos que no es en nosotros, sino los requisitos que nos piden.
Yes, and then I wanted, nada más quería dejarles todos saber que tengo unas preguntas en el chat. So el primero es que si tienen que tener ropa específico para la culminación. Do we have to have a certain attire for culmination? And the answer is yes. And Mrs. Linares has a memo that will go out closer to the graduation. It's basically formal attire with a little extra effort on making sure that if the child chooses to wear a dress, to make sure it's long enough to prevent any embarrassing moments. But Mrs. Linares will send that out. Los niños sí tienen como unas reglas de lo que se van a tener puesto y la señora Linares tiene una hoja que vamos a mandar a todos los maestros más cerca a la fecha de la culminación. The second one is Nancy has asking, I hope that everybody likes the shirts. We love them. People have been sending me personal messages saying we really love it and they're very excited. So thank you, Nancy, for facilitating. De nuevo, muchas gracias a la señora Nancy por todo su esfuerzo. How many can attend the event per family? We don't have the guidelines just yet. If it follows last year, it was 2. That was it. But we don't know if it's going to be different, but keep that in mind. It was 2 last year, just to let you guys know. And yes, it hurts us with big families. We totally get that. Y luego dicen, oh, what we did do, so let me say that in Spanish, que el año pasado tuvimos 2 padres que estaban, dos personas que estaban invitados a la culminación por las reglas del distrito. Todavía no sabemos la información de eso, pero le dejamos saber en cuando la señora Linares lo recibe. Y si los abuelitos pueden participar, y claro que sí, estuvimos en vivo el año pasado. Entonces yo les di el link para que todos los padres, los abuelitos del El Salvador, la tía en Guatemala, nuestros padrinos en México pueden conectarse en vivo. So yo les doy esa información. So just to let you know, because of the limited space from last year, if it follows the same last year, we will go live. We did it live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and it was something that the parents really appreciated because of the limited capacity. I will share all of that link closer to the date, but it was something that the parents really appreciated last year. We have Lydia's ideas, have a street food cinema on the lawn or on the yard. Okay, Miss Linares, we're noting some of these ideas. We can hammer those out. I actually really love that idea. And then Catherine Alvarenga, las fotos para el yearbook podemos mandarla de la cuenta de Schoology de los estudiantes. Y sí, do you use your students' account to load it in? Absolutely, yes. That's what you will need to do. And then una sugerencia de la señora Lidia es tener como una película que se puede mirar en la yarda, y ahí vamos a platicar la señora Linares y yo con ella, con las tantas reglas que ella tiene que seguir para ver si podemos tener ese evento. Pedro en persona puede participar los abuelos. Si es limitado a 2 personas, es su decisión quiénes son las 2 personas que va a invitar, pero no, eso no es decir que ya sabemos que son 2 personas porque no nos han dado las reglas. Nada más estamos trabajando con anticipación. Es mejor planearlo tantito estamos en marzo y tenemos meses, pero nada más queremos dejarles la información. Todavía no sabemos las reglas. So can grandparents come if they would like to? If it's based on last year's, there were only 2. And those 2 tickets were for however. So if you wanted you and abuelita, then it was you and abuelita. That was 2. We don't know the rules. Mrs. Linares is super proactive and she doesn't like last minute things. So she likes to plan ahead. So what we're doing here is starting to set the groundwork for a lot of the work that's coming up. So we're not stressed out at the end and giving you guys information at the last minute. We like to plan ahead. So that's what we're doing. Unfortunately, it doesn't mean that we have all the answers just yet, but they're going to be coming up. Okay. Otra pregunta para clarificar. Any last minute things? Does the school have an official photographer that will get photos for the graduates? We do not. You know who the professional photographer is?
Ajá. Miss Montañez. No, no tenemos fotógrafo oficial. Miss Montañez es la jefa de social media, es la que toma fotos.
We just don't have that kind of money. But if that's something that you guys wanted, the parents, obviously, you guys can collect money. That's what we did last year. We wanted really beautiful things for the students last year. So the parents just started pitching in money and they got things that I was like, wow. But yeah, I basically was manning YouTube and the Facebook Live and taking photography. It was not perfect, but it was our humble attempt. So if you guys have creative ideas on how to get a photographer here, you let us know, and then we'll work with the guidelines.
And the balloons, we always just ask that they stay on the side because sometimes they tend to block somebody else's view. So los globos, claro que quieren celebrar, pero siempre pedimos que estén al lado para que no bloquee la vista de los otros participantes, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
All
And
right.
yeah, even if you try to give it to them at the last minute so they can have it in the front, we will remove it from them during the culmination, and you can give them the biggest bouquet of balloons after they graduate, after they culminate.
Yes, exactly. Hasta el final, ¿verdad?
Mhm.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Adios.
Gracias.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Thank
Let us
you.
know if you have any questions. Si tienen preguntas, nos dejan saber.
Thank you.
Gracias, papás, por estar aquí. Cualquier duda, pueden venir al Salón 50 o venir directamente a la oficina. Gracias.
All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Gracias, señora Chaires.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, let's end this and then I'll
Señora
upload it.
Isabel, todavía tenía esa pregunta. No le entendí muy bien. Traté de contestarle. Isabel? I think it was Isabel. Sí, señora Isabel? I did answer on the chat, but I'm not sure if I answered. But I think
Si la maestra va a tener toda la información.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, we'll send this to them first.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you, Miss
Hasta
Linares,
luego.
for being
Bye.
here. Bye.